and welcome to Sew Amelia, my channel where I talk all about making a handmade wardrobe for me and my children. Welcome to this week's video, which is another week in my sewing life. Hi, I just thought at this time of year there's so much going on. I've got lots of gifts to sew this week, as well as my Christmas Day dress, and I just thought I would bring you along again on my journey this week. I really enjoy filming these kinds of videos. So today I am wearing my patina Davenport dress hack, and I am going to head off shortly to play the piano for a carol service at our church, and I'm really looking forward to doing that in my new dress. I bought this fabric from Oria Textiles after seeing it on Sewn on the Tynes YouTube video, and I think it looks really festive with the red flowers, and I really enjoyed making this dress hack. If you want to see more about how this dress came together, do go and look at last week's weekend sewing video where I share the making process over the week and how it all came together in the end. So this week, my first project that I really want to get going on is a gift, and I'm going to make a dress out of this beautiful viscose jersey from a Sew Hayley Jane box. I really love the colours in this, and I thought it would make a really beautiful Asta Dress by Wardrobe by Me with a boat neckline and the A-line skirt. I really want to make the simple version of that, and I'm going to be giving that away as a gift for Christmas. So I really want to get started on that so that it will definitely be finished in time. I think the only tricky thing with making gifts is not always knowing exactly what size to hem things. So what I will do with that dress is I'm going to make the whole dress up, but I will leave the hem and I will leave the sleeves raw. And in jersey that often looks okay anyway because they don't fray. And then once the recipient tries that on, I will make sure that I then finish that off with the correct hems on the sleeves and the bottom of the dress. So I'm really excited about making that one. I cut out the pieces for that this morning, and I'm hoping to get started on that perhaps this evening when I get back from the carol concerts. Now I should say, Sundays is kind of my prep day, I like to call it. It's the day I like to try and get my patterns cut out, my projects planned for the week ahead, so they have a little bit of an idea of what I want to try and get sewn up that week. So this morning I managed to cut out some bowl cozies. Now I've seen these quite a lot recently on YouTube and Instagram, and again I have some recipients in mind who I know make a lot of soups and porridges, and I just thought this might be a really nice little gift for them. So I've started out by simply cutting squares, and these are some fat quarters from my Sew Hayley Jane boxes. So this one has this lovely sort of blue and orange print on that side, and then the matching orange on this side, and I have just used some cotton wadding on the middle. I think the most important thing about these bowl cozies is that you have to make them from cotton fabric, cotton thread, so that when they go in the microwave it's safe. The other fabrics I've chosen, again, they're fat quarters from my Sew Hayley Jane boxes, and it's this gorgeous bright coloured purpley print and then the matching purple on the other side. So I've got those all cut out and ready to go, which is great. And I'm going to use the tutorial from Helen's closet. I'll put a link to it in the description box below. It looks pretty quick and straightforward, and after sewing this one up last week, which was just lovely, but it was quite detailed and I had to think a lot about how I was going to get all the pieces to fit together, so it will be nice to have a palette cleansing project like this one to start my week off with. Now the other thing I thought I'd share with you before I head off is my Sew Hayley Jane box. It's a Sunday and it arrived today, which I was so surprised by. I've been studiously avoiding any spoilers on YouTube and Instagram because I know quite a few people have got their boxes already and have even put up unboxings on YouTube. So I've been avoiding watching all of those because I don't want to spoil the surprise. And so when it came this morning, I was so thrilled because I wasn't expecting post on a Sunday. Anyway, it's here, and I thought I would just share with you a couple of the things from the box. I'm not going to do a whole unboxing, there are loads of those on YouTube if you want to do one, but I am going to share this month's fabric. So the fat quarters this month are also absolutely gorgeous. I will share those with you. Look at those colours, and that's the red one on the top there, but even the other ones, the whites and the blues, the colours in them are just so vivid and vibrant. I absolutely love those. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to sew up any Christmas decorations or anything with those this year. I'm going to have a think about that one, but they will definitely go in my Christmas box ready for next year, and I may well sew those up into some decorations next year. And then the fabric. Now this is a viscose, but oh my goodness, what a viscose. Look at that. It is just stunning. And it's actually got a really lovely drape on it. This excited me. I was already excited when the box arrived on a Sunday, and then I opened it and I saw this and I think I squealed. It was just such a gorgeous surprise to receive on a Sunday morning. So I'm going to go and put this straight in the wash. But what I thought about making with this was the Homer and Howell's Ingrid dress. And I'll pop a picture up here of my one that I made in the summer. Now the one I made before was in a linen, a Merchant & Mills linen, so it had quite a heavy structure to it and held the shape of the Ingrid dress really nicely. I really love the shape of the Ingrid dress. I love the sleeves, I love the pleats and the asymmetric details of the bodice and the skirt. And I actually think in one plain colour like this, it would look really stunning as my Christmas Day dress. That's what I thought this morning as soon as I opened this box, that would make a stunning Homer and Howell's Ingrid, and I'm really excited to get sewing that one up. Oh, it's stunning. So I'm going to go pop that in the wash right now, get that drying, and hopefully I can start cutting that out perhaps on Monday or Tuesday. But my first priority is to get that present sewn up, that gorgeous Asta dress by Wardrobe by Me, and to get those bowl cozies done. And then once I've done those, I can play with this fabric and have a go at the Homer and Howell's Ingrid. I have about 20 minutes before I need to leave, and my sewing room is a complete mess. I think trying to put this together last week so that it was finished in time for today meant that my sewing space has just spilled over. There's fabric everywhere, there's scraps everywhere. So again, Sundays I like to use as a prep day. I also like to use it to just tidy up and get things straightened out and ready for the week ahead. So that is my task for the next 20 minutes, is to see if I can just straighten everything up, return things to some sort of sense of order and cleanliness, and then I'll be ready to start sewing hopefully this evening when I get back from church. So I'll catch you all later on, and happy Sunday, happy sewing, and I shall see you either later on or tomorrow. Bye bye! In the sewing room after a rather busy day. I'm in my pyjamas, so I won't share what I'm wearing. It's just a ready to wear snuggly jumper. And I am working on my bowl cozies. Now it's just been one of those days where I think things have got on top of me rather. So it's nice to get up to the sewing room in the evening for just some me time and some downtime. I don't know about you, let me know in the comments if you're also a sewist that really likes the sort of mental health aspect of doing something with your hands, and sort of it's almost a therapy really, I find at times. I'm working on these bowl cozies, so at nap time I managed to get the quilting lines, you sew these diagonal quilting lines across each square, so I've done all 4 squares for that, and then I'm working on the next part, which is to make these squares into circle shapes. So from what I've seen, I think I have to fold them in half like this, and then sew down each of these corners, then fold it the other way and sew these corners, and that will give sort of a bowl shape. So I'm going to do these. It's been quite nice today to just work on a simple and straightforward pattern. I mean, it's new to me, so I'm having to read the instructions quite carefully before each step, but it's nice to have just a bit of an easy project, a palette cleansing sewing project, but also one that's a gift, so that's nice to get that off my list in terms of knowing that I've got these gifts sorted. I'm also hoping tomorrow morning, I do like to try and get up early before my children, and I'm hoping tomorrow morning to cut out my Homer and Howell's Ingrid dress. I was planning to sew my gift dress, and that's still on the plans for this week, but I'm just so excited about that Sew Hayley Jane fabric. I need to get it sewn up while I've got the Sojo. Additionally, I have black threads on my overlocker, so I kind of feel like I need to make the most of the overlocker threads before I change them, because I'll need to change to I don't have pink, but I do have red, so I'll change to a red colour on the overlocker before I sew up that. So yes, I'm really enjoying sewing tonight. I've got some music on in my headphones, and I'm just having a quiet evening in the sewing room, and then I will head to bed in a little bit. I'll catch up with you in the morning. Good night. So I've had quite a productive night in the sewing room tonight. I've managed to sew up a headband with the Sew Hayley Jane Christmassy fat quarters. Obviously I will not be wearing it with this jumper, but I think with a red jumper it will look super cute for Christmas, so I'm happy with that. And I finished my bowl cozies. Here is one with the purple and the white. I thought the purple would be better on the outside because if that gets a bit dirty you won't notice it as much as the white, although they're made from cotton obviously, and cotton wadding, cotton thread, so they can hopefully just be popped in the dishwasher in the washing machine if they get dirty. And then here is the other one. Now I've linked the tutorial in the description box below. It was super easy to follow, very quick and easy really as a little gift project. The instructions said to make it 10 inches by 10 inches square. I made them 11 by 11 inches because I know that the people who I'm gifting these to like to use these big Pyrex bowls for their porridge, so I thought I'd make them slightly bigger, and then they are the perfect size for these Pyrex dishes. So that's really good, and then you can lift them in and out of the microwave by the corners and you don't have to touch a steaming hot bowl of porridge or soup, whatever else it is. And then obviously because they are the size they are, they will still take smaller bowls. Obviously you're not going to microwave Wonder Clips, but they still take little bowls. I saw someone say you can use them for ice cream as well, because I know when I'm sitting down like in front of a movie with my husband, when we have a movie night and you might be having a bowl of ice cream, the bowls get cold. So someone said they use their Cosy for bowls of cold ice cream as well, which I thought was genius. So I might have to make myself and my husband a couple of these as well. Maybe I'll put them in our stockings as little stocking presents. So I'm super happy with those. It was just a really nice easy sewing evening, which is what I needed. And then tomorrow hopefully I'll get started on the Ingrid dress and the Asta dress. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow. I'm off to bed now and I'll see you in the morning. It's Tuesday night and it's the last day of our isolation at home, so that's wonderful. Tomorrow is Freedom Day and I'm going to drop both my children off at school in the morning, which is very exciting, and probably spend a large portion of tomorrow morning at the park with my youngest child, who has very much missed visiting her ducks and having a swing in the playground. So we shall be going and visiting the park tomorrow and perhaps having a nice hot chocolate together. So I'm very much looking forward to that. But today at nap time I did manage to get a little bit sewn on my Ingrid dress. Now the first couple of steps on this pattern are basically to finish all of the pieces before you start. So here's one I prepared earlier. The facing is done, so I did interface it, and then you can see I've overlocked the edges of that. Then I made a start on sewing the bodice pieces to the skirt. Now you sew each bodice piece to each skirt piece. So the trickiest thing in this pattern I think is keeping your right and left front bodices matched up with the right and left front skirt pieces, and then the right and left back bodice with the right and left back skirt pieces, because obviously it's got an asymmetric design. If you get any of those muddled up it won't look quite right, so you have to keep checking the pattern pieces. I'd forgotten that and I'm quite tired today, so I wanted to make sure I checked everything 3 times, because if you saw last week's video you'll know I sewed my skirt top to my skirt bottom, and yeah, so I didn't want to make that mistake again, because I definitely don't have enough fabric to recut anything. I very much squeezed this out of 2.5 meters. So yes, you can see I have gathered this skirt piece and attached it to this bodice piece, and I just love this fabric. I think it's so Christmassy and festive. I'm going to go down and have some time with my husband tonight on the sofa, just chilling out and hanging out, but I might get back into the sewing room just for about half an hour before bed tonight. We've got some visitors coming tomorrow, and so I will lose my sewing room because we're having guests for the night, which will be exciting, but it means that I won't have my sewing room, which is fine. But I'll probably be back here talking to you again on Thursday, and I'm hopeful I might be able to finish this dress this week. I won't see you tomorrow, but I look forward to getting some more sewing done and catching you up on my progress on Thursday. Friday and I'm back in the sewing room after a busy couple of days with our visitors. It's nice to be back in the sewing room and I'm looking forward to finishing up my Ingrid dress today. I'm also hoping to get a start on the Asta dress, but we'll just see how I get on. So you will have seen this morning is the first day of holidays for my two older children, and so we've had a lovely morning. We woke up and had reindeer pancakes for breakfast. We went on a lovely walk to the woods, and this afternoon we're hoping to make some stained glass window biscuits. Things have changed a little bit over the week in terms of the activities that we were planning to do being cancelled, and so that's a shame, but we still have lots of lovely festive activities that we can do indoors. So this afternoon we're going to have an afternoon of cookie baking and probably eating and possibly another Christmas movie. It's pretty gloomy outside now, so I'm really glad we got out earlier for our walk. So I'll show you where I got up to on the Ingrid dress so far. This is the front piece. I'm still so in love with this fabric. I just love the shimmer and I think it's going to look beautiful on Christmas Day. You'll be able to see the asymmetric front detail here with the pleat. So this is the horizontal pleat across the front, and then the gathering into the waist, and that's also asymmetric. So you have to be quite careful when you line up these bodice pieces at the front to make sure that you match them up. There are so many fantastic notches on this pattern. It's really well drafted and well put together. It's a pleasure to sew because all of the notches just line up so beautifully, and that just makes it so much more straightforward and you know that you're doing the right thing. So here is the back of the dress, and I have also finished sewing that down the center seam of the center back, and then the top here is left open, and I am going to attach a facing to that and then a button loop and button closure. Now I think because of the nature of this fabric I'm not going to use a button from my stash. I'm going to use a covered button because I think that will be nicer, and I'm going to use the same fabric for my loop for the button closure. I just think the fabric is so beautiful, it really speaks for itself, and I don't want to be interrupting the fabric with a button up here. So I'm going to use the same fabric and cover a button. That'd be quite straightforward, I think. So what I need to do next on that one is to sew the side seams together. I was thinking about adding pockets, and in fact I cut them all out, but having sewn with the fabric a little bit now and getting used to the drape and the handle of it, I think the pockets are going to drag down the side seams a little bit, and I would prefer to leave them off. This dress is going to be a Christmassy dress anyway, or an occasion dress, and I don't think I'm going to need pockets because if I'm going anywhere I'm going to be taking a bag. So I'm going to leave out the pockets. So all that's left is to attach the sleeves, which are a nice poofy shape with elastic at the bottom, and then I need to attach the facing to the inside of the neckline. So a few biggish jobs left to finish off this dress, and then it will be ready to wear for Christmas. So I'm going to get on with that this nap time, and hopefully I'll get back to you this evening with a finished dress. As you can see, I finished the dress and I'm really pleased with it. I absolutely adore this fabric, and I think that the Ingrid dress is the perfect pattern for it. It shows off the shine of the fabric and the colour with its really lovely asymmetric lines and its puffed sleeves. I just think it's the perfect party dress for Christmas, and I'm so excited to wear this on Christmas Day. Now, I didn't get to the Asta dress in the end, but no fear, I will get it sewn up in time for Christmas, and that obviously is my priority over the next week. We're going to spend some family time together this weekend, so there won't be much sewing. But I still have a few days up my sleeve to get that sewn up. If you don't follow me on Instagram, do head over there, as I will share that dress on Instagram when it's finished if you would like to see it over there. Thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed this year to my channel. It has been so wonderful to have you following along on my sewing journey, and I so enjoy chatting with you all in the comments. Thank you so much to all of you for the lovely, lovely comments that you leave each week. So if you haven't yet subscribed, it would be great if you would. Click on the subscription icon below and then click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I publish future vlogs. There won't be one next week as it is Christmas Day, but I will be back in the new year with another video, and I look forward to continuing sharing my sewing journey with you. It's been such fun this year and I can't wait to film more vlogs in the new year. So Merry Christmas, have a happy holiday, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Happy sewing. Bye bye.